Okay. And hopefully we're going live for something to say recording pause. Hold on 1 second. Okay, we're ready now. Now we're live.
Okay, our first person, Tina Young. Is she on?
I don't think Miss Young is on the call.
Okay, is it only Miss Kenny and Mr. David?
That's what it looks like.
Okay,
Your Honor, do you want me to speak to Mr. David in the breakout room first, or we're just gonna go live with him?
Do you want to speak with him in the breakout room?
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's go to the breakout room. Hmm, why is it not giving me breakout? Oh, here it is. All right. Hold on 1 second. Oh, yes, you get an invitation. Should be getting an invitation to go. Okay, so that means we are starting with Miss Kenny.
yes, Miss Kenny was sanctioned at Share Macomb for her misconduct, and she used to have no Zooms except with her family. We are requesting that that be for the duration that she is at the facility for residential treatment, so that potentially she can concentrate on her treatment and not outside forces other than with her children.
Okay, so the court will go along with that, that her Zoom is with her. Wait a minute, where's your attorney, Miss Kenny?
I haven't had contact with them.
Miss Jones, do you have a number for her attorney?
Not in front of me.
Let's see, because I think he should be on this call.
Yes, he had requested that he be on the call.
When's the last time you spoke with your attorney, Miss Kenny?
Our last court hearing on the 1st.
Looking to see if we have his phone number on something. The court can give him a call. I just need to know what his number is.
I do not have it in my phone.
Trying to see if I can locate it, Your Honor.
Yeah, it's in, Ms. Bradley, it's in DCCMIS. I think I have it.
Okay.
Do you want me to say it out loud?
Just put it in the chat.
I can send that to Ms. Bradley because I don't know how to do the chat. Sorry.
Okay. Do you see chat at the bottom of your computer screen?
No.
Mouse down there? Okay.
Yep.
If you see it, just click on it and you'll see a box come right up that says type message here.
Okay. Oop. I typed it in.
And then just hit enter. So it'll go to everybody. There it is. I see it.
Okay. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
First time I ever did that.
Okay. All right, well, we're calling him because I would prefer to have him on the line. Let's do Mr. David since Miss Robinson is on the line.
She out of the breakout room?
Yes, they're back on the screen.
Okay. Mr. David has tested, well, first of all, he was not truthful about him drug testing at JAMS. The last date was in December. At our last court date on the 1st, because he said that he had been testing, Ms. Green did check with JAMS and it did verify that he had not tested since December. I requested Agent Sobey if he would do an unexpected home call, which he did on March 2nd. And that test was positive for methamphetamines. He was instructed to go to JAMS that very same day and get a receipt that he was there. He did. It test positive for THC marijuana, and the numbers were 181.00 and amphetamines for 4,669, which is quite a bit, which indicated that he had been actively using drugs. Additionally, on March 7th, he went to JAMS, he reported, and his THC level was 192, which was more than it was on 5 days prior. His amphetamine was still just a little lower at 4,666. And it did indicate that Suboxone for 21.5. We do know that he is getting his Vivitrol shot, but that would not show up as Suboxone. It would be something different. It seems that Mr. David has been spiraling out of control. He is working. He's doing very well there. He does have his sessions with Ms. Khalil, but he is in the active throes of his addiction, and we are very concerned for his well-being because the levels that he is testing is very dangerous, and we feel that in order to try to save his life, that he needs to be in residential treatment.
I believe that the court did sign that, and that information was sent to both myself and Miss Gaden Robinson. She is aware of it, but Mr. David, my issue is you were not forthright with the court. You were dishonest.
What?
You were dishonest with the court,
I really was going to jams though.
Mr. David. I don't know what you were doing when you were going to jams, but what you weren't doing was testing. So, and you knew that, and you were asked that, and that's not what you said the last time we were here. That's disappointing because it lets me know that you're not honest. And the first step has gotta be is honesty.
hmm
If you're gonna get better, you gotta be honest with yourself and with other people,
Okay.
which you are not. Correct, Mr. David?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so what's the next step?
Okay, the bench warrant was signed. The bench warrant is active. He is going to have to get into residential treatment at personalized lighthouse facility, and then go to transitional housing within that same location for recovery housing, domicile. He also needs to do his intensive outpatient treatment. Um, I believe at
Will he-
Detroit,
I'm
at,
sorry, will he still be able to work?
no, this would be residential treatment. He will have to live there.
And even, and while living there, he cannot go to work and come back there?
Correct.
Are you aware of that, Mr. David?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is why we have to stay clean, so that we don't have to find ourselves in this position. Go ahead.
He's going to need to call the 800 number, get into personalized nursing lighthouse facility for his residential treatment. As soon as we have, well, right now he has an active bench warrant. So if he were to be caught outside, he was going to be arrested. So he needs to get that done
Okay.
as soon as we get through with court. And you are going to call me and let me know. In fact, I will call you and we will do a three-way.
Okay, that's fine. I was gonna ask you to make sure like I get the right like name.
The right,
So, but that works. If we're gonna do over a three-way, then I'm good.
say that again.
I was gonna ask you like the right name so I could write it down, but if we're gonna do it over a three-way, then that's fine.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're going to do a
Okay.
three-way as soon as we get through.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
You're gonna give him the phone number?
I'm going to call him. We're going to do a three-way so that I will be on the line to be able to hear exactly what his assignment enrollment is.
All right. Miss Gaten Robinson, do you want to say anything?
No, Your Honor, I've had a conversation with Mr. David. He understands what's going on.
All right, Mr. David, I hope that this helps you. 'Cause
All right.
I don't want to get a call about you being in a hospital because of whatever's going on with you. So
Okay.
I want to see you better, okay?
All right.
Additionally, his probation will be extended until December 15th, 2021, to allow
Yeah.
him to complete his treatment and evaluation of JAMS testing requirements. He must drug test 3 times a week until further order of the court. Both of his case numbers will run concurrent, and he will be placed on a Wayne County GPS tether until further order of the court. No MDOC. You're going to need to get in touch with Tether and see about getting that tether on.
Okay.
We will talk right after court.
Okay. It's probably in the next like 30, 45 minutes.
I would say yes.
Maybe more. Okay. All right.
All right. Thank you, Mr. David.
All right. Bye.
All right. We have Mr. Wolack on. Good afternoon, Mr. Wolack.
Hello, Your Honor. How are you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I am good, thank you.
Okay, so let's go back to Miss Kenny.
Your Honor, may I have an opportunity to speak to her very briefly in a breakout room? I haven't talked to her in several days.
Yes. Hold on one second. See if I can get this going again.
Your Honor, you sent that breakout request to me.
Right, I'm trying to get your name off of here for whatever reason. It's keeping you on here.
What if you create a different breakout room for them? A different number? Sometimes that works.
Yeah, let me try that. Breakout room 2, okay.
Okay.
So it should just be the 2 of them. There we go. Thank you, Ms. Robinson.
Yes,
All
no
right.
problem.
Oh, that means we have nobody to handle. Oh, so what is going on? We're missing some people.
Mr. Gavin, you're missing, and Miss Young.
Do they have attorneys?
That would be Miss Gaden Robinson.
Have you talked to them, Ms. Robinson?
No, Your Honor. I usually only talk to my clients during the hearings.
Oh, okay. Oh, well. The last time we were here, Ms. Young was informed of the date, wasn't she?
Yes, ma'am.
You know, I really hate to put a capious out on somebody. Can somebody reach out and see if they can contact Ms. Young?
Yes.
Miss Bradley. I know, we talked about one person that you sent me an email on indicating he needed to clear up his, warrants first. But then there was another person that I think was Rita White defended. You know what's going on with him? Did you get a referral from Rita White? Did I give that to you?
Rita White doesn't sound familiar at all, Your Honor. I haven't, that's the first I've heard that name.
Okay, what attorney were you talking to on Johnson?
I got 2 referrals last week. I got the one from you on Michael David Johnson, and I got one from, here I can,
Who's the attorney that you have for Michael David Johnson?
real quick.
Because I know we had one attorney in the system, but that wasn't the correct attorney and,
Yeah, I had been trying to reach that attorney until I found out from your court the next day that it wasn't him. It was
Right.
I'm getting it right now. Friday. Jeff Pearlman.
Is that the one you originally had, or is that the new name we gave you?
No, the one I originally had.
Was that Glenn, Luther Glenn?
Luther Glenn, yep.
Okay. Have you spoken to Pearlman?
I don't have his number. I emailed him twice with my number, and I've asked him to send me his number, but he hasn't.
which Pearlman is, there are two Jeff Pearlmans. There's an older Jeff Pearlman and a young Jeff Pearlman. Do you have the P number?
Well, he emailed me, so
Okay.
he emailed me.
Oh, yeah, there are two Jeff Pearlmans. So I just wanted to make
Yeah,
sure, because I
yeah.
might have had the number.
But when he emailed you, was his number in the email? It wasn't in the email?
Oh, you know what? I see it now. It is in there. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it should be
I'll put it
underneath
back
his
in.
name.
Yeah, I'll
Right,
contact.
make sure you reach out to him to let him know what his client will need to do in
And
order to
Yeah, 'cause I need-
get in the program.
you're gonna scroll down to Judge.
Yeah, but I haven't heard of the white. That's another referral you have for me?
Don't worry about it. I just realized that was for Veterans Court.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's go to Miss Kenny.
Yes.
Go
Boom.
ahead, Miss Jones.
Okay.
Miss Jones, you're muted.
Am I muted now?
No, I can hear you now.
Okay, I just spoke with Mr. Gavin and he's trying to connect. He was in another location. So
He's on now.
okay. And Miss Young, I just spoke with her a moment. She forgot she's supposed to be connecting to court.
Okay. Who
Mr.
do you
Gavin,
want to handle next then? Miss
Uh,
Kenny or?
Mr. Gavin is at work.
Okay, well, let's do Mr. Gavin then. Good afternoon, Mr. Gavin. You're muted. We still can't hear you. You took the mute off, but there's something else. we
Audio
can't hear.
isn't connected.
Connect your audio.
I don't know if he
Can you hear me?
I
can hear
now.
you. Okay.
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay,
Is it
good afternoon.
Gavin or Garvin?
Garvin.
Okay, because I see the R on there, but they have it on here as Gavin, so you all need to correct it as Garvin.
Okay.
Okay,
Mr. Garvin is doing very well. He is going for his daily medications. He has been in contact with the court, off to a good start. He is being assigned by his MAT facility to enroll him in intensive outpatient treatment. And they will be doing that the first part of April. He has been in constant contact with myself to update everything that's going on with him. So he's been very compliant thus far.
okay, good. Mr. Garvin.
Yes,
is
Your
this
Honor.
Is this helping you out? Do you feel that you're being helped?
Yes, definitely. I did take steps to get clean almost 2.5 years ago. So, I mean, it's never hurts, so I'm just doing what I need to and just staying on the straight path.
Okay, all right, well, let's hope you continue. All right.
Thank you.
So it looks like you're doing well so far. And we will see you the next time, what's our next date?
That is, I believe, April 5th, but I think that was changed from
No,
5th.
it's April 12th.
Well, the week after.
Yeah.
12 and 26 April, okay.
Yeah, it'll be April 12th, Mr. Garvin.
Okay, is that also at 1:30?
Yes,
Yes,
Okay, all right. I will know how to get on this time as well, or next time as well. So
don't
thank
worry.
you for connecting.
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank-
Okay. Have a good day.
thank you, you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, who we doing next?
Okay, Ms. Kenny?
Okay, let's go through what's up, what the situation is with Miss Kenny. Go ahead, Ms. Jones.
Okay, Mr. Wordlaw's out of the breakout room.
Yes, we're all back.
They're online.
Ms. Kinney, because of her misconduct at the facility, was sanctioned that she was only to have Zoom with her children, her family, that she is not to have any contact with Mr. Ryman. Those Zoom sessions will be monitored. And instead of it being 30 days, it will be for the duration that she is at the facility. We were just really concerned that she is not concentrating on her treatment and her children, and that she is at risk of losing her children. So we are very concerned about that.
Is Share Home still on here? Is Miss
Khalil?
Leah?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm here.
Do you have anything that you want to add as well, Ms. Khalil?
At this particular point, I'm just optimistic that Crystal's going to give her best effort as long as we continue to reinforce her with structure and routine as far as her Zoom sessions with her children and any outside phone calls with them as well. I hope that she can take this opportunity to make the most of it, and I'm willing to give it my very best to hope that she sees the benefit of continuously having this opportunity to work in treatment.
Okay, Mr. Wola, anything?
Your Honor, I had a chance to speak to her, and I understand in the last 2 weeks, she's done very well, that she actually reached out in terms of receiving mental health services because she had a bit of a breakdown, but she addressed it. They got her into another program there, a mental health program. And so she did come forward. She's actively, I think, involved now in doing what she needs to do. She does want to have some phone contact with Mr. Ryman if possible. You know, the only thing, and you said we could address it again today, the only thing the program has against him is that he took her out of state to bury his son's ashes. He's a successful graduate of this program. He's the one person that can call her and say, hang in there, Crystal, keep doing what you're doing. I'm going to be here waiting for you. You can do this. It was a huge cutoff to her, a huge support cutoff. And this program is based on support. He is a positive support. We're asking just to have phone contact. I think he's the difference. He's going to help her get through this program, not hinder her.
Ms. Khalil, do you have a response to that?
Well, my response would be that the only person that's going to get Crystal through this program is Crystal and her undivided attention on her recovery. Mr. Ryman has his own recovery to address, and she has to focus on being the very best version of herself, for herself first and her children second. And based upon the fact that she identified on her documentation when she entered this program that he was her spouse, is indicative of the fact that she was less than willing to be honest in the moment when questioned about it, and was making phone calls throughout the course of the first 30 to 45 days in this program. She was less than honest about that situation. And right now she needs to be 100% honest with herself about the objective, which is her sobriety for long-term recovery. And I understand that the NCO is in place until June. And the reality is it's going to take just that much time for her to readjust where she is because of her breakdown last week and being held accountable for her behaviors. I think it's necessary that she stay focused on her and her children as a priority.
What precipitated the breakdown?
Well, from my perspective, I challenged her the weekend when I found out that she was breaking the rules with regards to the NCO. She snuck the phone, she deleted phone numbers off of it, and I challenged her and put her in a position to be accountable with our staff, that she needed to be monitored, and she still attempted to make phone calls, delete the phone calls, and he actually called up here. So when she was held accountable for that and challenged by that, she felt extremely pressured, and I understand that, but that's the make or break point of recovery, is being able to push through some of the very negative feelings that we have been holding on to for a long period of time And she needs to make these strides in order for her to sustain long-term recovery.
If I
And
may add,
go ahead, Ms.
I
Jones.
understand what Attorney Worrell is saying. However, Mr. Ryman is very well aware that she is not to have contact with him. And just my personal opinion, if he truly had her best interests at heart, he would not do the contact for the time that she is in probation, knowing this to get her a violation and possibly jail or prison time. So to me, a person that really cares is not going to put you in jeopardy.
Well, if I may, there has been no contact since we were before you last time, Your Honor. You advised her, do not contact him, and I don't believe there's been any contact.
Mm,
That's not true.
that's not true.
Well,
That's what Ms. Khalil just indicated, is that it was because of the contact with him and them finding your client having contact with him that precipitated the breakdown, which was what, last week?
Last week
Right.
on the 2nd, yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Okay,
Your Honor,
and he called up there. So that is contact. And I believe you indicated that the only issue they have is that he took her out of state for his children's burial, I think you said.
Yes.
But I think, Ms. Jones, that I think there's more than just that, isn't there, Ms. Jones?
Absolutely.
yeah,
What are the other issues with Mr. Ryman?
The issue is he is aware that she is to have no contact with him. He is putting her in jeopardy of her freedom by continuing to contact her. He is well aware of that. And our position is she needs to concentrate on her children, and so that she does not lose custody of them. That should be first and foremost, besides her sobriety, which should be first.
I guess the question that I'm asking though is, Judge Lillard put in place that she was not to have contact with Mr. Ryman.
Correct.
What were those reasons? Why?
She felt that this contact with one another would bring one or both of them down. And it would appear that it is bringing her down.
Your Honor, if I may. Judge
Sure.
Lillard, Judge Lillard felt that Mr. Ryman had a strong hold of manipulation over Miss Kenny, and she felt, and then because of the events that occurred with her going out of town, she had absconded from drug court, and the whole time she was living with him, and they kept getting false statements to the court. At that time, Ms. Jones had she had communication with a family member, as well as another representative outside the court who was informing her of things that was going on. And so we were able to find out things that were going on. And even when Miss Kenny was out of treatment, she was back with him, and her drug use started again. We have noticed it was I think it was one occasion where she said she fell on the steps, and so it goes to all play that Judge Little was concerned about the manipulation hold that she felt that Mr. Kenny had on her, to the point where it's jeopardizing her relationship with her kids, to the point where at this point, if she's not able to separate from him, she's jeopardizing her relationship and possibly losing her kids. And so that's where the concern was. She wanted her to be away from him enough or long enough to be able to have a clear mind to think about what's really going on in her life.
Okay. So, Mr. Wolon, it appears that it's more than just they went out of town. She absconded from drug court. When she was with them, she started using again. And her kids, I guess, do not really want to be around Mr. Ryman.
okay.
So it's
Well,
a
Your Honor,
little bit more than that.
I mean, whatever you decide is certainly what she's gonna do. I know them both. My opinion is that they are supportive of each other, and she could only help him, or he could only help her. The program is based on support. With all due respect, it's a great program. I just think the program's got it wrong on this one, but that's just my opinion, and we know where my opinion falls on this. So whatever you decide, Judge, is what we'll do, of course.
Miss Kenny, how old are your children?
12 and 7.
Okay. And how long have you been separated from your children?
A little over 3 years.
That's a long time, Miss Kenny,
Yes.
which means somebody else is making decisions about your children. And somebody else is spending time and making memories with your children that you're not. So I would think at some point in time, you've got to make a decision about who's most important to you, Mr. Ryman or your children. You got to make that decision. And if you come to the decision that it's Mr. Ryman, then you realize that you risk possibly losing your children indefinitely. You got to make that decision. Who's most important? Your children, who you should be responsible for, or a man? I mean, it seems easy to me, but I'm not you. So that's what you got to do. But for now, I'm going to indicate that there's no Zoom calls with Mr. Ryman. We're going to give you an opportunity to try to spend time with your children and maybe even talk to them, because it appears at least one of your children does not care too much for Mr. Ryman. The reason I don't know, but maybe you should find out. So that's what we're going to do at this point. I'm going to follow the recommendations of Ms. Jones and the program.
Very good.
She is on probation until December of this year,
Who is?
Ms. Kinney, but she will not be at the facility that length of time.
All right. And, the other thing is, if Ms. Kinney ends up out of this program, what is she looking at? What's the issues? What she actually looking at, having to go to jail or no?
Well, her violation of probation could land her in a jail setting, or more stringently in prison. Her guidelines are not that low, so that could be a factor that could put her in prison.
What are her guidelines?
0 to 17, I believe.
Okay. All right. Well, Ms. Kenny, I mean, that's not my goal for anybody in my court. I don't want anybody to be confined. I'm not a big proponent of the criminal justice system in that manner for people that I think need help. And with you, I think you just need help. But I do think you're going to have to take some time with yourself and make a decision as to what's most important to you. So at this point, we're just going to help you a little bit, and we'll see what happens after this. So our next date will be April the 12th. Hopefully we'll get a better report when you come back on April the 12th.
At 1:30, Your Honor?
It will be.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Kenny, take care of yourself.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye. And lastly, we have Ms. Young.
Did she? Oh, there she is.
Good afternoon, Ms. Young. You're muted. Still muted. Still
Miss
muted.
Young, touch your screen and hit the red microphone.
Okay,
There
Thank
you
you.
go.
sorry.
No, that's okay. How are you, Miss Young?
Today I'm a little under the weather. I ate some ham yesterday and I normally don't eat pork and it's made me sick. I've been sick all morning.
Oh, yeah, that's not good.
Yeah. And I gotta work tonight, so.
Oh, yeah, you need to get some rest. Okay, so where are we on, Miss Young?
We have questions and concerns regarding her drug testing and that adulterated sample. And according to the numbers that we're looking at, there's a real possibility that that might not have been a human urine sample. We are
What?
aware that substitute urine can be purchased. At this time, Jen is doing very well so far as her outpatient treatment, and she's doing good at the residence where she is and working, but we want to give her a warning that she cannot go down this path again so far as her reporting to her weekly drug testing.
So, Ms. Young, I've seen the testing, and you know this is science, and the way the numbers are, if they're below certain numbers, it is a red flag for them, indicating it's not a human sample.
The lady that worked there told me I was drinking too much water. That's what she told me personally. To not drink so much water before I came in.
Well, that's not the issue, because my understanding is the water only would affect one of the numbers and not both. The other issue is, they can't be conclusive, but it's one or two things. When you get a sample that is untestable, I guess is the easiest way to put it. It's either it was cold, too cold, which means it didn't come out of your body if it's that cold, or it's not a human
That's
sample,
not true.
or it's not a human sample. So you got two of those on February 26th and on March the 6th. So
I just don't understand how I drop here the day before and I drop the day after and it's fine. It doesn't make sense to me. I mean, I drop 3 times a week and only one of them is messed up and it's in between of the other two. And I swear to you, God can strike me dead. I'm not altering my urine. I have no reason to. I am not doing anything wrong. I swear to you, I am not.
they've got two that come back right, not just one. February 26th and March the 6th. So there's one that's fine on February 28th. I've asked them to send me the information from the facility so I can see where they come up with the numbers. Ms. Gayton Robertson, who is your attorney, has also asked for the information as well. So we will look at it, but this is just a warning. I'm not saying one thing or another, but
Thank you, Your Honor.
I just want you to know, I mean, I didn't make any determinations to do anything about it outside of.
It's just that scares me because you know what I'm saying? That can ruin my life right now. If you were to believe it, it can actually ruin my life, but I'm not doing anything. So it's kind of scary.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
I would just like to say that she needs to realize that these are different tests and they have different levels. So far as what's the level is going to be at one location as opposed to another. So just wanted to make
I
that
was
known.
even, the doctor was giving me Neurotins, which are now a class 5 narcotic, and I even stopped taking those on my own because I didn't want to be taking anything. And those were prescribed to me. You can ask Miss Smith that. I went off on my own.
Let me ask this. The sample from February 26th and the one from March the 6th, are they at the same physical location?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
No, okay. The one that was on February 28th, was that at the same physical location?
Yes.
Yeah, I go to the same place every week.
Okay. Because I was thinking for a second, maybe if they were different location, maybe the other location is having problems with the equipment or something like that. But, well, only thing I can tell you, like I said, Ms. Young, at this point, I am going to choose to say that I'm not going to do anything about it outside of make sure that you're aware. You
Thank you,
say
Your Honor.
that
Thank you
you're
so
not
much.
doing anything. They
I'm not.
say that it's not coming up right. They're gonna send us the information and, maybe we can check into it or whatever. But
Okay,
just in case you are, and I'm not saying you aren't, be aware that it is being watched. Okay?
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. But, like I said, I'm not gonna say anything at this point. Let's just say that it's being watched, but we'll look into it. They're gonna get the information to me and Ms. Gaten Robinson, and we both can look into it and see maybe we can find out something, or who knows,
Thank you.
okay? Other than that,
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Young is doing fine, correct?
Yes, she's working and she's helping out at the front desk at the facility, and she's still going to her outpatient treatment. She is going 3 times a week as opposed to her original 2 times a week. So that she's doing very well.
Your Honor, can I please speak to Ms. Young in the breakout room?
Sure. I'm going to. Oh, Ms. Young, you're still here. Oh, there she is. Okay. Okay, so that's the last one, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, well, we can wait till they come out of the breakout room. I don't know if there's gonna be anything else that they want to say.
I've emailed Representative, Your Honor, so I'm waiting on him to get back with you, and I have to look up the other representative so I can contact them as well.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, Ms. Bradley.
I've sent the email out with the request you made for the levels, and then if there's other representative, I have to look her up in the my email chain to see what, contact her, and then I'll have them respond as well.
Okay, that's fine.
Your Honor,
Yes,
question in regard to Mr. David, since his warrant is current, I'm going to have the 3-way call with him for him to get into residential treatment. Now, if he goes out, he is going to be arrested, potentially. Should we just wait and to make sure that he has made that contact, or we have made that contact for his residential treatment, or should we set the warrant aside?
well,
Or-
you're supposed to be calling him right after this meeting, right?
Absolutely.
Now, I want to make sure that he actually picks up and you all actually have the call.
Okay. I will keep you updated.
Okay, and then you can contact the court. And then we're gonna have to find a clerk to take it out of the system, or I don't know. No, we don't have a clerk on a regular basis.
Oh,
We only have clerks when we have a docket. Okay. Ms. Gaten Robinson, any new updates? Any new information? You're muted, Ms. Robinson. You're muted.
No, Your Honor, I just wanted to encourage Ms. Young and let her know that we were looking into the issue and collecting some more information, because I know how far Ms. Young has come, and I saw how upset she was getting and she was crying. And I just wanted her to know that we weren't done fighting about the issue.
Right, and the court is not making any decisions either, Ms. Young. You appear to me to be sincere, so we have to find out what's going on.
Yes.
Okay? You're muted.
Touch the microphone, Ms. Young.
Okay, sorry. I'm so phone illiterate.
You're doing
That's
good.
fine.
I told Miss Jones that as soon as I'm done with my outpatient, I'm gonna start taking a computer class to help me with this stuff.
That's fine. Okay, so I hope you feel better, Miss Young, because I know you have to work tonight.
Thank you.
What time do you have to be at work?
7.
Okay, yeah, you might want to take something for your stomach, but yes, the court is, I do not have anything in my mind. I do not just assume that it's correct, but I also can't ignore it, just as the court, okay?
Thank you. I appreciate you, Honor.
Okay, all right, I think we're done.
Yes,
What's
ma'am.
our next court date?
Oh,
April,
it's April the 12th at
Okay.
1:30.
Okay, thank you.
all right, take care.
Thank you.
Have a great day, ladies.
You
You
too.
too.